The fifth trend is dealing with the copy itself. This is so critical, and this is where we find so many companies finding themselves experiencing very poor response to their marketing campaigns. Why? Because they're using editorial copy, they're using advertising copy from an ad agency. This type of copy is not sales copy. Direct response copy can't be written by a journalist, can't be written by an advertising person. It's written by somebody who's trained in a specialty copy that is totally persuasive. It's a mega difference in response, whether it's online, whether it's hard copy. I'm going to give you some of the key principles for you to look at your copy. You know, oftentimes people will send me their website or email and say, could you please critique this for me? And I'll give them a quick, brief critique. And time after time, there are common problems. I'm going to cover those common problems. So you can get out your direct mail piece, you can get out your Google AdWords landing page and take a look. Does my copy really communicate the benefits and uniqueness to the prospect of why they should raise their hands and generate a lead or get a sale from me? The first thing is, remember, you need to have a clear, distinct theme, whether that theme be fear or greed or anger or safety. Not all of them. You need to pick one clear theme that's going to attract that targeted audience. Now, the normal approach in marketing is to have a feature, a feature, a feature at the top of each of those peaks. That's the worst way of marketing. If I went through your marketing right now, would I see feature, feature, feature? If so, you're talking to yourself. Now, many people will come around and they'll make a major difference by bringing the feature into a benefit. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And they'll have benefit, benefit, benefit at the top. Well, that's much better, but that's not how you're going to be the most effective. If I write an ad for Investors Business Daily and Kiplinger's Personal Finance and the other publications, I'll come up with a primary benefit at the beginning and then secondary benefits along the way. So that if I were to say, for example, that with my money management, one of the primary benefits is that this is an ideal investment for those nearing retirement and are looking for more retirement safety. That's a primary benefit right there. The secondary benefit might be a manager that has a track record of success in explaining what that success is, being able to understand what the Federal Reserve is doing as far as the money supply and adjusting the investments to maximize that knowledge, to be able to get pass gain of 10% and being able to bring up that type of benefit. Those are secondary. Here's an example of investment software. It provides real-time market data and analysis, but the benefit is that you'll have immediate access to the same in-depth information as professional traders. Then the ultimate benefit is to pinpoint your next big profit opportunity with the same tools that Wall Street traders have at a fraction of the cost. So turning the features and the benefits. Why? Because your prospect is interested in who? They're only interested in themselves. They're interested in making money. They're interested in enjoyment and success, appreciation, popularity, security. Your reader doesn't care about you. They don't care about the features. They only care what's in it for them. What he or she cares about are the benefits. In other words, how your investment service will make life easier for them, how it'll make them richer, more beautiful, or younger, or whatever it might be. Bottom line, What they care about is what the features will ultimately do for them. So the benefits need to be specific and conversational. With copy, you need to use some key strategies. So let's talk about that. What's the number one copy mistake that investment marketers make? They use image advertising copy versus direct response copy. Image advertising copy generates maybe a laugh. It's short copy that kind of communicates a feeling, but doesn't persuade me that your investment offer is in my self-interest. Here's a few things about it. The overall specific is that M squared, myopic marketing. Myopic marketing is basically this. You're talking to yourself. You know, if I'll do a critique of your website, or maybe I'll see R, we, us, name of your company. It's all from your perspective. You know, in good copy, it has to be from the prospect's perspective, being very specific and detailed. You know, you spent over $50,000 versus you spent $50,922. You know, be specific. And it needs to be conversational. Have you ever heard an infomercial? Well, that's using direct response copy. We've done about 13 of these infomercials, and basically it's like your best friend. Being conversational in print, being conversational in a direct mail piece, being conversational on a website, that's what sales copy is about. And it's you-oriented. It's not us, not our. You'll discover, let me tell you about, you know, when you have the most powerful word in direct response copy is you, coming from their perspective. It needs to be very, very easy to read. You know, some of the things that we do is we have a lot of rules in regards to copy. So, for example, whether it's on the website or email, 60 to 70% of your words should be 5 letters or less. The sentences should be about 15 to 20 words or less. The paragraphs should be 3, 4 lines, never more than 5 lines, and no paragraph more than one idea building on the preceding one. When you start a campaign and you're writing the copy, the first paragraph of that website or email and the last paragraph are your best shot. And they need to kind of match up at the beginning and the end. And it needs to be just a really personal, one-on-one with some drama to it. Catch my attention. You know, you don't want to be able to write copy that they anticipate what you're going to say or that's going to be boring or dull. It needs to be dramatic. So say something powerful, something to catch them off guard, something to command their attention, something that they didn't anticipate. Drama is powerful. I remember a time in the airport, and in the airport there was the TV going in the bar. All the people were ignoring it, and on there was a evangelist, and he was talking. Everybody was ignoring what he had to say. And he said, "Be quiet. I want you to breathe." And he paused, and few people looked up. And then he goes, "Breathe." More people were quiet, and they looked up, and he goes, "Breathe again." Everybody stopped and was looking up. He goes, "One more time." And then he goes, "Your breath is just like Jesus Christ, just a breath away. And God is with you, and he's just a breath away." And he went on to talk about Jesus Christ and how people can accept him. During that few minutes, everybody was quiet. When he started talking again, people went back and started eating and drinking and ignoring the whole thing. But the drama drew everybody in. On your website, in the most conservative and the most regulated environment that you can be in, you can still have enough drama to separate you from the competition, to draw the prospect in. So one of the things you have to decide, are you going to go in the fear approach in your copy or the profit approach? You know, marketers debate which way to go. Not always is it consistent, but normally, guess what works best? Fear works best. Not always, but depending upon the market and the audience, fear. Fear to protect themselves from a recession. Fear to protect themselves from inflation, stagflation, a bear market, volatility, losing money, you know, the whole issue of safety. And the profits, you know, they want financial success. They want to meet their retirement dreams. They're hoping and expecting a bull market. They want to have that trading advantage. They want that professional management. They want big profits. So within, again, a regulatory environment, the area of profitability is very, very key. Now, how long should that copy be? The copy should be long enough to be able to convince me to respond to your offer. You know, no copy is too big, or too long, I should say. No copy is too long, as long as it holds my attention and keeps me reading. And there's an old saying that says, the more you tell, the more you sell. And that's exactly the case with the investment market. Investors, where you're talking about 1,000, 5,000, 100,000, $500,000, $1 million investment, and you write 4 or 5 paragraphs, you think they're going to respond? Very few will. You know, here's an example of short copy versus long copy. Now look at the ROI. The short copy was a negative 66. Look at the ROI on the long copy, 50%. Notice that the conversion rate jumped so dramatically. The fact is that when you're dealing with a skeptical audience, in an age of skepticism, in an age of information, the longer copy produces better response. So at the end of your copy presentation, here are some questions I want you to ask yourself. If you do this to everything you have, your response rates are going to go up. So here are 10 deal killers. Your answers are critical. 1, does it grab my attention right away? Number 2, does it recognize the recession, the pain, the fear? Do I recognize immediately a good value proposition? Is it written to me and me alone? Do I feel the writer really cares about me? Or is it remote and robotic? Do I feel the writer believes what he's saying? Is there conviction? Is there a real belief system that he believes in the product? Do I believe the writer at all? Why should I invest now and not later? Every prospect is thinking about that. Is there an alternative to this investment? You've got to answer that to make sure that they're not looking for that alternative. And do I feel safe and comfortable about investing with you